up, guys? And I should say good morning, because today she's coming home. So I just got her on a trailer, hooked up behind my good old Chevy. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. So today I just removed the license plate cover, the ugly one, and we're gonna be washing this entire thing because the next step for this car is it's gonna be going for my garage. For now, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna be doing to the interior. Okay, so since we all know I have the inner door panel open from here, probably gonna open the other one, and also I'm gonna be removing these ugly seats. I'm gonna be pressure washing the entire thing, like nothing left in there without being washed. And what else am I gonna do? The carpet's gonna go in the garbage because I'm not gonna be using that. Also, all right, so now I got the seats out, whatever garbage I had in here. Whatever's in here is garbage, but that deck right there I'll keep just in case, and then the seat I'll keep just for now, because obviously I'll still have to move the car around. Besides that, the passenger seat's gonna go in the trash. I gotta remove that center console right there so I can pull out the car. All right, so I removed everything, and man, it just pulls around here. You just gotta remove the seat belt bolts. So I might either cut it or see how I can remove the gas pedal. If you know me, and especially with the way I'm going with this, oh, gas pedal is out, so never mind. Okay, we're gonna see how we're gonna remove this, which is most likely just pull. The only spot I did not remove it from was the hood latch area, and that is because I do not want to mess something up and then not remember how to put it back, especially with a car like this. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull this out, and it's really dusty, so I can really use both hands. All right, carpet's out in the trash where it belongs, and we can already see the holes right here. Now let's see how bad this thing really is. Oh man, let's go. I'll try and go to the other side, but hoo, baby, see that? Barely any floor pan. Let's see what we could do about that. So to surprise you guys, here is the driver's side stuff that came out. When I look at the back one, it's not so bad. When we move to the front, hello. But not to worry, there is floor pans that they sell, or I might just make sheet metal and just replace that. So it's not really that important. It's a drift car. So yeah, let's see how bad the other side is. Okay, let's see what this side hides. There's no way in hell I would have kept these in the car anyways. Some people were like, oh, just keep the carpet. Why is the carpet so much of a problem for you? Yeah. This shit's heavy. That's one. And two, it's ugly. Oh. Okay. Here's, oh shit. So just as pretty. Actually, this one's less rust than that one, but it's mainly towards this side, which is kind of weird. Might have been the sunroof just not draining, or if that's how these work, and got that rotted. But yeah, that's a little better than I expected, not gonna lie. Alright, so she's looking a whole lot prettier now. No more carpet, just the headliner, the sidings, which I'm still thinking, should I keep them or should I not? From the way things are going, we know how that looks. So we're gonna wash the heck out of the dash, and in here, this filth. Actually, I'm gonna put this shit in the back because it's most likely garbage for later, but I'm gonna spray some degreaser. I'm gonna spray some whatever I can find. I have some of that foam stuff. Let's see how clean we can get it. All right, so I got this set up, and we're gonna be tossing this out, maybe. Next step is I'm gonna be spraying that detergent or degreaser everywhere, and then I'm gonna be spraying the actual shampoo. So spray the hell out of everything in here. So the pressure washer is working. Oh yeah, look at that. Losing a whole lot of pressure. But that's what happens when you buy a cheap pressure washer. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and spray the rest with 2 hands, because right now I just cannot use 1 hand. It's getting too heavy. All right, a few hours later, not perfect, but you guys could see the damage on area here. It's all kinked up, frame's kinked right there. That's an easy repair, just gotta pull it, make sure it's straight. Everything's gonna get reinforced anyways, so once I'm about to work on the LS, all these fuel lines are gonna go, whatever's in there is gonna go. I'm pretty sure, and at least all that stuff from the fire extinguisher is gone completely. Let me show you guys the interior. So this is after the wash. Obviously it didn't fix the floor pan. I know a lot of guys will say, oh, this is not the right way to do it, why did you pressure wash the interior? But guys, with a classic car, that the interiors all go into the garbage, and basically everything is going to come apart and get redone, so it doesn't really matter. What is up, guys? And I should say good morning, because today she's coming home. So I just got her on a trailer, hooked up behind my good old Chevy. So now we're just gonna take her and make a quick stop to my body alley, which you guys have seen in the 2002 video. And we're just gonna make a slight pull to the frame, where I showed you guys it was kinked, and then it's coming straight to my garage.
Tighten that more.
Huh?
Tighten the thing more, sliding.
What is up, guys? As you can see, this thing is here. So now let's start doing some fun stuff. To update you guys, I did pick myself up a welder, and I picked up some magnets. All of this is because of this car. Now, I've wanted me a MIG welder for a while now, but I just never really had enough need for it to get it right away. And I did empty out the parts that I need. Whatever I'm gonna throw out is gonna be over there, well, in that bag. And for example, the rear deck cover is gonna be, I'm just gonna make a shape off of it and then put something else. I'm not gonna reuse that. That's ugly and disgusting and old. Headlights wise, as much as I love the dual headlights, but I personally love the single headlight conversion on these. And also most of my friends are like, just do the single headlight conversion, which you know what, granted, I'm gonna do that, and it just looks better, you know? It's a lot more simple. It's one bulb instead of two, and yeah. Now, the rear bumper on the US spec, as you can see, is really ugly. The back panel, like the structural piece, on the US spec, it's different from the Euro spec. So if you want to do Euro bumper conversion, now correct me if I'm wrong, I'm still somewhat new to these. You have to do some brackets and some adjustments. But the other option that I found is that there is a fiberglass bumper that you can buy that makes it look like the Euro spec. And it's only like, I believe, if I'm not wrong, like around 200 euros. So it's not bad. So I just gotta see what it's gonna cost me. I'm guessing with shipping and everything, I'll be paying around 500-600 Canadian, just roughly, which is still not too bad. Now, tires wise, obviously these wheels, I don't honestly know what's gonna happen with them. They're 13-inch. They might be good enough for drifting, but I might just get rid of them and get me a drift set and then a regular set for daily driving. And I also want you guys' opinion on these flares. So the two options I have is either fix this or cut it out and put one of those eBay flares, which in my opinion would look good, because I don't really want to white body this, because I think it would look good either way. Also, I think this side, if I remember correctly, isn't as bad, because in the previous video and everything, every time I wanted to come to this side, it was blocked by something. Last time when I was at my buddy's shop, it was blocked by the wall, and then at the other yard there was just too much grass and stuff. So also, one more thing for the mirrors. Now, hate me all you want, I have three options for mirrors. I do a JDM style on a German car and put the mirrors on the hood, which I'm probably gonna get burned for saying that. Or I place mirrors right here in this bracket, because the other door has it right here. Or third option, match it with the other mirror and put the mirror right here on the door. Now tell me what you guys think, and I'll look into that. As far as the front, would you guys see everything's just hanging, and I put this on a zip tie. Like, the face of the car is starting to show up, because I had my buddy pull up, by my buddy I mean Ali. You guys saw him on the 2002 video, he was the owner of that, and I bought this off him. We pulled the frame on it, and now everything honestly aligns really good. All right, one more thing before I forget to show you guys the trunk area. This trunk being so clean is gonna make my life a lot easier, since I don't have to do anything. The only rest work that I'm gonna have to do is the back panel right here, which is straight piece of metal. I'm gonna cut it out and then weld new sheet metal. It is what it is. I pulled all the knobs right here because a buddy of mine told me that I have to remove this in order to remove the dash. So let's get started from here. If I break it, I don't care. Oh man. There's two 8mm right here that seem to hold some sort of a bracket, and there's the HVAC system, I think, which, guys, piece of advice, if you're gonna plan on putting this stuff back together, do not do it the way I'm doing, because I'm going with the drift car style, so I don't really care. So here's where we're at. I'm gonna remove the windshield because I looked up a couple places, they said that you have to remove the windshield. Why not? Since this thing ain't leaving the garage anytime soon, and I do need a new windshield molding that I found out that eBay has. And I said, why not? I feel like I'm gonna cut myself.
Why don't you get your goggles?
All right, back to my phone camera. Now, I managed to get the dash out. I honestly don't know what to tell you guys besides that the heater controls make sure they're disconnected. In my case, it was a couple Phillips on each. Also, as you can see, I mangled up the bracket, which is now fixed. Disconnect all the wires that you see. I do not know what these are. My guess is it's a drain of some sort that looks disgusting underneath. So now what we're gonna do is remove the wipers just so they're out of the way. And I'm gonna get into the engine bay, start shaving stuff off, some brackets and stuff, and I'll be moving the camera around. And to be honest, with some of them, it's gonna be easier if I hop in the engine bay, but with most of them, I don't really have to. I'm just gonna grab a grinder, cut them off. Then if I have to do any welding, then we're gonna do that. So stay tuned. Okay, so we're gonna start from this side, start cutting whatever's in here, shave it off or whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna have to show you guys like this. So to remove this, there is this bracket that's in the way in the E21, and it has 2 bolts, and those bolts have 2 nuts right there. So I can't really get a light, but they're right behind the shock. So I'm gonna remove the 2 nuts that hold that bracket, and then I can slide it out. And then we'll have a more empty engine bay. I removed this bracket, and I removed one more thing that I'm gonna show you guys. This should come out. Okay, to show you guys what I removed, first of all, let me try and lock this. Whoops. Anyways, see this pin right here? It has a clip right here that you pry, get it out, and then use a hammer or something to take this out, and then it frees up from the brake pedal, and then this whole thing slides. Besides removing that one bracket that I showed you. Next up on the list is these marker lights, which are gonna go straight to the trash where they belong. The Euro style doesn't have these, so why should this? It's the same car. Now, if you, like, there is some things that make sense, but if you tell me that a driver needs to see these in order to see a whole car to make it safe, that driver should not be on the road. Not even gonna bother. Alright guys, so we're back here again, and today we're gonna be doing some, what was that? So anyways, like I was saying, today we're gonna be doing some more welding and plugging those marker lights that are on the quarter panel of these. Of course, the Euro spec doesn't have those, but the US spec did because it was a safety thing. It makes the car look hideous, and what I did is I deleted it, and we're gonna be doing the other side, and I'm gonna give you guys some tips. Now, keep in mind, I am not a professional welder by any means. I just picked up a MIG welder. I'm using flux core wire, so it burns through hotter. And the thing is, I'm just learning as I go with welding, so I know a little bit of tips here and there, but you know what? You guys are gonna be learning with me, but I'm gonna show you tips of how to turn something like this. And of course, my brother has his bike here. So something like this is gonna be like that. Now, I know it doesn't look the prettiest. It just needs a little bit of more sanding, a little bit of body work. I'm gonna try and make the metal as flat as possible, and then do some fiberglass, some Bondo, and it'll be perfect. But it is strong enough, like it's not gonna break whatsoever, and it'll do the job. It's a lot better than having a side marker light. Alright, so since I'm checking the metal and everything, I decided that it is finally time to remove the bumper. And what better time to do it besides now? Okay, I don't know about you guys, but now that I removed the US spec bumper, this thing looks way sexier. Like, damn! It's starting to look like a Euro car properly. It's super nice. I absolutely love it. So, here's the deal. That bumper right there is a no-no. It's just, it doesn't make it look like a BMW. Thing is, I might keep this lit right here, and I'll have my fabricator just make me a bar, like a crash bar that goes from here to there, and you know, just stays at the bottom here for safety. And I'll somehow modify those side things just to have a lip from here to there and keep it like that. I mean, that would be more efficient and better for drifting, because you know, like I'll probably hit something or whatever. And then if I buy that bumper that I was talking about, obviously it'll look better, but the thing is, if I crash it, then having to repair it and all that stuff, you know, that's just gonna cost money and time. But if it's like this, who cares? All right, so now I grinded off the spots that this one was sketchy. I had primer and some rust and whatever. So the only rust, or the only pitting that I see is around here, which of course the pad on the grinder won't be able to reach to. The only thing you're gonna be able to do is just grind it down, but I don't really wanna do that. So there's an acid that you put that is gonna eat all that rust out and take it out of here. So that metal is savable. That right here, not so much. Sorry, I had to open the garage door a little bit because it's stank in here. But what I'm planning to do is I might just cut from here down, and then this is where the quarter panel stops and meets the rear panel. Now, the rear panel is fine from the outside, but this right here, not so much, which I'm gonna fix as well. Okay, let's put on some gloves and start cutting. Here's to the no return point. It should be interesting. All right, so I cut the piece good enough that I could actually now use the magnet, tack it in, and we've got a perfect ground right here. All right, so we're all done here with this delete for the gas cap. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the easiest, but it wasn't horrible. It was a little easier than yesterday's welds, but it's just a bigger area, so it takes a little more time. Now, there is some spots that aren't perfect or whatsoever, but it doesn't really matter for this project. And a lot of people that I asked that do this, they said that you don't need to completely seal it, even though, like, in my opinion, you have to, because of just how, like, you know, I don't want anything going in. But because I'm gonna go fiberglass over top of this, and for our application, for what the car is gonna be, that's gonna do just fine. I'm not gonna have any rust or worry about the fiberglass rusting, because I'm gonna clean it from the backside and make sure it's clean over here, and then lay that, because, you know, I'm gonna also lay some etching primers, so there's not gonna be any corrosion. So that side I'm not worried about. But yeah, it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna start trying to cut this and remake the piece. So my GoPro battery died, but here's the current update. So this section is done. This right here, I trimmed it enough and hammered it till I got this curve. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a couple tacks. I'm not gonna fully weld it in yet. I'm gonna make a few tacks. I'm most likely not gonna be welding this section, just because I still have to cut this rust. And it's that panel right there. This is the hardest rust spot in the car. It's towards the rear. So anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tack this in. I'm happy how it's sitting right now. I'm gonna make a few tacks, remove the magnets, and then I'm gonna make relief cuts all around here. so I can bend this plate so I can make the taillight bucket over here, and we should be good to go. Damn! Few tack welds later. I love it. It's perfect. Oh man. I honestly regret not buying a welder like a long time before this. I've always wanted one. I don't know, like I never got one, but this car kind of made it a must for me. But as I'm practicing, it's getting a little bit better and a little better by practice. All those tack welds, like guys, remember I'm using flux core and this is really thin metal, so just watching some YouTube videos, asking a couple friends, and just practicing along, and I'm liking it. Because right now I'm supposed to be using heat setting number 2 and around 5-ish for the wire, but right now I'm honestly happy with how setting 3 and number 5 for the wire is going. I'll adjust it as I go if I see any problems, but this, so far, damn. Whew. Alright. So more update on that rotted piece. It's starting to take shape, honestly. And then right here, I made some oopsies, but not to worry. I made a small enough piece from scrap metal, and then from this one too. And then once I have this section closed off, I might make this right here too. And then I'm gonna start cutting this flat with the lip, and then I'm gonna make that last corner. So, all right. Before we start on this, here's what the inside looks like now. Now we have a full piece instead of the bunch of rust that we had here. Obviously no more gas door, no more rotted piece right here, no more holes whatsoever in here besides these ones where this plate was, and I also decided that I would keep this plate off just for less trim and less, you know, things to break. But want to plug all that, and I already tested one of the taillights just to see how it would look. I actually dig it. Now, if some of you remember, this right here used to be a hole. So, that's no more. I patched it up. So all I have to do is grind the rest of it. Well, the outside is basically grinded completely. I'm just gonna grind some of that, make it flush, make it look nice. But before I do all of that, right now, the only thing left from the outside that's really worrying me is this taillight bucket, and it's my first time doing something like this. But what I'm gonna do here, so I did a mirror cut of the other side, and basically I'm gonna make relief cuts everywhere, and then I'm gonna bend this. So this is shaped based on the other one. So if everything is right, I'm gonna make the relief cuts, bend it, and then put the taillight. If it fits, then I'll make this lip right here, and then the rest of it should be somewhat easy. So we're gonna see how that goes. All right, so I'm guessing something like this should do it, and we're gonna start bending these and see if we did this right. Okay, so tip number 1. I bend this using one of these pliers. I tried welding pliers or the vice grips. I didn't like how they were bending it, so regular pliers did the job, and a little bit of hammering, because a little bit of hammering will help you with it. Now, ready to do test number 1 and see if it fits. Right. Initial testing, pretty happy. Fit better than I expected for a first try. So this corner right here, amazing. I don't need to do any modifications right here. Now, this corner right here, or the bottom I should say, obviously this is gonna need a little more attention. It's just a little short. All right, try number a few times later. So, I've got it to sit flush. Now, I know what a lot of people are thinking. They're like, what the hell is this gap right here? Why is it flush here and then this is out and everything, blah, blah, blah. Let me show you something. This side I actually did not cut. Like, this side is original. And look, same thing, flush right here, and then right here it pops out. Now, whether it's supposed to be like that or not, I don't know. But to be honest with you, that's how it sat from factory when I got it. Well, at least how it was when I first got it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we already have a taillight bucket now. So, I had to hammer this a little bit because this was just a little bit more sticking out than the other one. So, a couple of these teeth, I grinded a little too much, so it's okay. I'm gonna make a new piece in there, Also, gonna have to fill up and smooth all of this. And right now I am very, very, very happy with how it's sitting, and it's a little bit easier than expected. Well, I'll tell you what, look at this. We have this panel basically complete. Now, the only thing I want to do to add to it, just kind of to add that factory look, is make a small lip to go around here and up, just to prevent water from getting in. Now, I don't know about up here, but I'm most likely gonna make one right here, just to kind of, you know, give it that look, and it doesn't look like this. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit more, obviously, but we have our panel.